A few people have asked me for help in identifying fatwood, so this video is that help. This is a stump that I dug up in my backyard a few weeks ago. I haven't really done anything to it other than just clean some of the Georgia red clay off of it because that stuff is a mess, so I wanted to actually be able to show you what a non-clay covered stump looks like. You can see that the stump is pretty old. The reason that you want to look for an older stump is just because of the way that fatwood is created. Basically what happens is that the tree will die a sudden death. Like for instance, this one was cut down. A lightning strike, being blown over by the wind, or anything like that will also do it. But what happens is the roots will continue sending resin up into the base of the tree, but it doesn't have an entire tree to distribute the resin throughout it, so it'll all collect in the base of the tree and create some really high resin content wood, which is fatwood. So that's why you want to look for an old tree. What you want to do next after you find the stump is go up and just try to break a piece off. If you can break it off really easily, like if I could just snap that piece off, or I could kick it and it would crumble, that's not fatwood. Fatwood's not easy to break, it's not really easy to deal with, it's kind of a pain to get into smaller parts actually. So if you can just break it up, that's probably not fatwood. So if you find an old tough stump, what you want to do next is actually break a piece off. This is a piece I just broke off a little while ago. You can see on the inside, it's actually kind of shiny in parts. That's just because of all the resin that's collected in there. The more resin it has, it actually becomes kind of translucent, and that's some really high quality, high resin content fatwood, if you can get your hands on that. But it's sticky to the touch, so if you touch it, your fingers will stick to it pretty well. Has a very distinct smell. If you've ever smelled like cut pine trees, it smells very similar because it is a cut pine tree. And if you try to cut this with your blade, you're going to get a lot of gunk all over your blade, so just be careful if you're using any of your nice tools. Once you actually do have it out of the ground, which is a really fun project, what you want to do is just take it and get it into more manageable chunks. There might be better ways, but I found a really good way of doing this is just take a sawzall and cut the outer pieces off, like the pieces of the roots that are coming off. Just cut them off with a sawzall, and then take an axe and split the rest of it just like you would a normal log, and just keep on going into smaller and smaller, more manageable pieces that you could actually take backpacking or camping with you, because you'd be able to start a lot of fires with this, but I wouldn't really want to take this entire stump with me on a backpacking trip. But just to give you an idea of how much fatwood you can get out of a single stump, this entire stump is fatwood. There aren't really any crumbly parts on it, so I can't really go around and break any little pieces off. So this entire thing should be fatwood. I actually got one last year that I've already got cut up that was about the same size, and the entire thing was fatwood except for maybe 2 or 3%. So if you find a stump, you've got enough wood or fatwood that'll probably last you for the rest of your life. So just one stump and you should be good to go. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions about this or need any further details, you can reach me at forums.goingprepared.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.